live. Hello. How is everybody today?
We're
I'm doing
good.
fantastic. How are you doing, Stan?
I am amazing, but you already knew that.
And that was an amazing intro.
Right. That's the first time you guys got to see that. What did you think?
Yes, that was awesome.
I think I need
I
to send you
love
better
it.
quality copies of those photos.
Say that again?
The photos of me, I think I need to send you better quality copies of them.
Yeah. Yours are kind of, I'm not sure why yours were a little bit fuzzier, but I could swap them out and change them out and stuff quite easily, I found out, because I did it this afternoon and I realized I didn't have a good one of George. And George had sent me some photos. I went, I didn't use them. So I went and fixed it like just before we went live. So who do we have with us? We got Craig is in the crowd and Scott saying hi, guys.
Hey,
And
Scott.
Hey guys.
Craig and TD. I'm not good at names. Mitchell Tree.
Yeah.
And
Mitchell.
Christine Manick is already saying she misses the happiness. We all miss the happiness. Oh man, it's going to be. I don't want this to be a sad show, but
No.
we are. It is a sad topic. And Mary is here. I saw Steve
Hi,
was
Mary.
in.
Hi Mary. Hi Steve.
Oh, who missed the intro? Mary or Holly missed the intro. Okay, let's do the intro again. Who wants to see the intro again?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do the intro again for people that are popping.
New toy. All right, let's.
Oh,
see.
Mary missed it also. Okay, here we go. Everyone ready?
Yep.
I missed it too because I was sharing it out. So you two can share it out while I do this. There we go. It's a nice intro.
It is. It's awesome. I love it. It's so
Look at Santa.
exciting.
And you know what? That was the wrong one. I that was the first one I did. That's not the one I edited just before we went on. Holly loves it.
It was close enough.
Hollywood needs to go to
template that you're working
StreamYard.com/Facebook and fix it. You know, I'm going to delete that old one because that is not the right one. Okay, there we go. There's two things that are different in the edited version. So next week we'll have the update.
I will definitely have to resend you those photos of me though, because
I'm not sure why both of yours are kind of fuzzy-ish.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened there.
Is that a new word? Fuzzy-ish?
Fuzzy-ish, yes. I don't like being fuzzy-ish.
Cromulent word.
So hey, we have a special guest joining us. Not really a special guest, but another one of the members of the team. Let's bring on Dan Hansen. Welcome aboard.
I think we can say Dan is a special guest.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
hear you.
Special guest. I should be the guest every week.
Steve didn't know.
Brought him on at the last minute and at great expense.
Dan's starving. He hasn't had supper yet. He just got home.
I know.
You know, I've been home all
one
day.
job to the other job.
I've been home all day, and I haven't had supper yet either. I should have ate before we went on. Let's just not talk about food, and we'll be fine. I got water.
Yeah. Except we're going to talk about food in the show, so.
I find that so hard to believe.
Hey, did we watch the intro yet? No, I'm joking. I started.
Mary's saying we need to stay a little bit longer on the screens with the names and the titles. She couldn't read them fast, and she reads fast. I thought they were kind of quick. They were quick cuts. It was a very MTV type video.
Can you extend that? Is that possible?
Send
It's
it.
very superhero.
Extend the amount of time. The
Oh,
name
extend it. I could try. It's kind of it's super easy. It's just a template, and you just slap in your pictures, and it does everything else for you. So it's not. It's
Yay!
yeah. You can adjust where like if it zooms in or zooms out or left or right or down. You can adjust stuff like that. But for the most part, all you're doing is just throwing in pictures, and you're only allowed to have
Stands
like
technical description.
yeah. What the heck is Dan eating?
Sorry. Very unprofessional. I'm
We
not
can
ready.
hear that.
Signed on.
I can mute you, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there was too much news. Yeah, to make it sound harder. Oh yeah, I probably should make it sound harder. It's not hard at all. It's just you have to. It's the time involved in doing it.
Yeah.
And you did not eat before the solo show when you and Mary talked the whole show about food, and now you're talking about food during the GCT show. I had a nap. I've been really, really tired lately. And I've been sleeping all afternoon and all day, and I have a headache and a sore throat. So I don't know. I should be okay. George just messages, Jordan, you can join us if you're watching. Dan, you're muted. I didn't mute you, Dan, but you are muted. There you go.
There he goes.
What did you say?
Said now we can hear him. There
Yeah, but now he's frozen.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
One piece of news I wanted to talk about was California opening up.
I said we're all.
Well, am I frozen or is Dan frozen?
Dan is
still frozen.
Okay. DCA, Disney California Adventure, opening up part of for kind of basically extending downtown Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Which
right, so they're opening up basically the shops there and that kind of main drag. Is that what I understood?
Yeah. So, sorry, my COVID cough. I don't understand why they don't open it all up and just don't open the attractions.
Right.
Like open the shops, open the restaurants, open the set up food and wine style booths, and hire cast members and start making some money. Like,
yeah, and that would give people more room to move around as well.
Yeah,
I think, instead of all being at downtown Disney and only that one little part. So.
I know. I don't understand. Like it seems like I was saying this like a month or two ago, saying just everything else is open. Like you're allowed to open downtown Disney, even open up Disneyland. Just don't have any attractions, free admission. People would come in droves and spend money.
Well, yeah, right. I mean, the fact that they have all those shops just sitting there basically empty, not doing anything anyway. I mean, it makes a lot of sense for them to do this on both sides, both Disney California Adventure and Disneyland. But for some reason, they're only doing the California Adventure.
Yeah, Barry's saying the government won't let them. But as far as I understand, like IKEAs are open and Costco's are open and malls are open. So basically, it's an outdoor mall if they were to do it that way. You know, especially if they. Not sure the California people have money to spend. Well, some do. There's a lot of money in California. Let me tell you. Oh, Kim's there. Hi, Kim. Kim is your intro. Should we play it again? I don't know. To me, it just seems like a no-brainer thing to do. Maybe it is something that the government's saying you can't open anything. But isn't like Knott's Berry Farm doing that? Aren't they open and just having food booths and souvenirs?
Ooh.
That's what I heard. Mary's saying they need to open. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Right, Mary.
You're right. They do need to open. No, they'll open. So we're going to talk about things that we miss. Now George isn't here, but George this was George's topic. This was his idea. He just came back from Walt Disney World.
Okay. What we
Well, he's
missed.
probably missing it even more than we are now. Because you get
He
that
was just
post-trip
there.
depression of going, oh, I miss being there. It was so much fun. It was so wonderful.
Well, I guess so. Oh, Dan's back. We'll just add him. I think he's back. Oh boy, you got the spinning circle of.
He does. He has the
There
spinning
he is.
circle of death. There he is.
There he is.
Hey.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, Mary wants to talk about the sign. Did you guys see the concept for the new sign? The archway.
Yes,
Oh, yes, yes.
I
Yeah,
like it.
They redid the colors and
It's
stuff.
very bright and vibrant. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing it in person.
I think it makes sense too because it kind of matches the colors of the castle more and what's happening at Magic Kingdom,
Yes.
right? Dan, have you seen it?
I have seen it. I think it looks good.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think that's Holly. Oh, Carolyn. Carolyn is saying she likes the new colors. Mary says people are flipping out.
Yeah,
In
they
a-
are.
Good way or a bad way?
No, in a bad way. Like
Really?
I saw somebody
Yeah,
made a
it's where-
comment the other day that said, "Oh well, as long as you change it back to the old colors after the 50th." And I'm like, what? Why?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna call up.
It is something with, and I think this is true of any fandom, but it's one we see in the Disney fandom as well, that kind of any change you make, someone is going to be upset.
That's all right. I mean,
Well-
how many people made comments about the castle? And now
Yeah.
everybody's getting used to it. So,
I think people are liking it now.
mhm.
Is it called the Gateway? Is that what I'm supposed to be searching? Yeah, I think I found it. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what's going on here? Oh, by clicking. Oh, geez. Yes, accept all cookies. Fine.
Cookies? Did someone say cookies?
Other chocolate chip cookies? I love chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
My boss messaged me and asked me how I'm doing being under quarantine, and I said, "Well, I'm running low on Oreo cookies, especially the character ones. So you could sense them."
How about a num num cookie, Stan?
Yes,
Need
Yeah,
one
that'd
of
be
those,
good
don't
too.
you?
or the carrot cake cookie is more my favorite.
Ah,
Okay, so let's bring this up. Okay, so there we go.
yep,
There
there
we
it
go.
is.
That's the concept for it. Is there much difference other than like the flags?
The color, the blue behind the Mickey and the Minnie, and
Yeah.
that shade of blue over the arch is different. So,
I'm trying to Google pictures of the old one. Now I forget.
Yeah,
what
that's what I'm kind of doing now too. Let's see if I can get a good picture of it. There we go. Okay, let me take this one off. And I'll upload. Download JPEG. There we go. See how fast I could do this. There we go. So that's a horrible. Okay, yeah. So it's kind of purpley behind the Mickey and Minnie.
purpley behind them, and then the yellowish gold behind the Walt Disney World
Yeah.
on the arch.
I think I should have found a blurrier picture.
I think the new one is like
I
a
sent
lot-
you. Okay.
Look
think
at how
it's
much
great.
nicer the new one is. Isn't it more beautiful compared to
Yeah.
this blurry one? The other one's all blurry.
It looks nicer side by side. The old one.
Entrance sign, yeah. Okay, we can
Entrance. That's it.
switch the sides that Mickey and Minnie are on. I think Dan's wife is upset that.
No, can you hear my kids screaming in the background? I'll mute myself while.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. That was Justin's picture, the blurry one.
Yeah.
We got James joining us. Hello, James. So it's fine time for me. I'm not a fan of the gray stone. It just looks cheap. Well, it's a concept drawing too. I think it
Right.
will look better in the real with the real look. The castle is not on the new
You
one.
what?
Oh, the castle. Okay, yeah. At the top of the old one had the castle.
Mhm.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sure.
Yeah. James is saying, "Hey now," and Craig is saying the new one looks better. I like the new one better too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James Paulson is our #1 fan. Everyone.
James is.
Yeah, I like the new one.
All right.
I think it's
I was
a
wondering.
cleaner look with the colors matching between the art and the sides, and
Yeah.
I kind of like that cleaner design to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could tell that Justin likes cleaner from his background. I like just stuff thrown everywhere from my background. James is saying, indeed, he is the #1. Oh, we got someone.
Okay.
David is watching on YouTube.
David.
All right.
Hi, Carolyn.
Dave is on YouTube.
David.
Yes, it's Carolyn. Do folks really mind that Mickey and Minnie are switched? I don't.
No,
think-
I didn't even notice it.
I didn't even notice that.
I did notice it, but it didn't bother me either way, I guess.
Yes, Mary. That was a joke. James is not our #1 fan. As we all know.
It's Mary.
Mary, by the way, Mary, I listened to your podcast yesterday. Very good job.
Which one? She's on a couple of them now.
The one she was on with that dude from Canada.
Oh, that one. Oh, the
Yeah.
solo show one. They are switched.
Yeah.
It makes more sense for Mickey to be on that side to me for some reason. Or am I wrong?
It depends on what side of the
kinda
bus
feel like
you're on.
it does look more right to have Mickey
I think-
on that side, I
I
think.
think the Imagineer that was designing it just said, you know what, flip them just to have the Disney fans go nuts and see what happens.
Yeah, right.
That's probably why. Okay, Mary's going to be on the Monorail Tales podcast this week also.
Oh, very cool, Mary.
Wow.
She's making her rounds.
Making her rounds. When are we going to have her on the Grand Circle Tour podcast again?
We should. So what things are we missing, big or small, at Disney? One of the things, like Justin and I, we both have currently a cruise booked for January. And I don't know about you, Justin, and both of us are kind of assuming we're not going on this cruise. Are you in agreement?
Yeah, we're definitely not going on the January cruise.
Okay, so Justin's definitely not going. I can't see us going. But at the same time, it's like I miss being able to say, yeah, we're going and we're booking flights and hotels and planning things out. And it's like we got this cruise book, but we can't book anything. We can't do anything.
Hmm.
You know, other than I hope it gets canceled so we can do a different one.
Yeah.
That's kind of like it's weird. You know what I mean? Like I guess I miss feeling safe. The idea of feeling safe on a Disney cruise, like, and right now I do not feel safe going on a Disney cruise.
I don't feel safe going on the airplane to get there. Even I don't feel safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I definitely miss that feeling of safety and security about the whole experience. Even I hate that anxiety that we feel in this day and age.
That's exactly.
And Mary said, I miss everything about Disney. And I
Yeah.
totally agree with her 100%. That was at the top of my notes.
And, well, Scott's supposed to be on that cruise with us as well, and he's saying he's sure it's going to be canceled. COVID fatigue is real. Humans need something to look forward to. Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't feel safe at all now on a ship. Yeah.
That's
No,
great.
I know.
Yeah.
And that's what I miss. I miss just the feeling safe going. Like I can't leave the country right now, and I wouldn't feel safe leaving the country right now. You know, I won't. So I have no idea when we can leave the country. They're currently saying, well, the end of November, but they've been saying that since July, the end of July, the end of June, the end of August, the end of September, the end of October, the end of November. So,
When are they going to actually cancel your January cruise, though? You're getting pretty close to it.
well, I'm guessing December. What do you think? Scott's in the chat, or Justin? Would you think December?
I can see them waiting as long as possible.
Yeah.
I think they got it. They have to at least give you 30 days, though, right? I mean,
Yeah, I would think so.
And it's at the end of January. It's like the last week in January. So,
So maybe
and Dan, you have a
Christmas.
cruise coming up as
maybe
well.
Chris-
Yours is. What is Dan? You have a cruise coming up as well. When is your cruise coming up?
Well, mine's in August. Mine was supposed to be last July, and I pushed it back. I see Steve in the chat is saying if he cancels, we'll be able to get a better room on the next one. That's exactly what I did. Mine was canceled. I got 120. I took the 125% credit because that's what they're offering, either the 125% credit or a full refund. And I was able to upgrade my room. I was able to prepay all the taxes. I was able to prepay all the gratuity. I actually got money back because they don't give you the 125% on the taxes you originally paid. So I got a check for like $1,500 on top of it. And I got $1,500 onboard credit.
Holy cow!
So I got
Wow.
a check for $1,500. I got $1,500 onboard credit. I got an upgraded room, and I prepaid all my gratuities.
Holy
Okay, so this is
cow.
for August. So you can start booking hotels now for August. You can start booking flights now for August.
I already booked it.
Oh wow, really? Okay. I was
Yeah.
going to say, are you holding off or what are you doing with it? Yeah, okay.
I
And
booked
that's
the we're doing an Alaska cruise. Oh, did I
Mhm.
freeze again?
No, you're good. Out of
We're doing an
Vancouver.
Alaska cruise. So I forget the name of the hotel, but the hotel in Vancouver that's really nice, right there.
I bought this in Alaska.
Oh, very nice.
I love that cup.
The hotel that's right in the port there. I booked that. Spent usually pretty expensive, that hotel, but it's pretty cheap now because they're just trying to.
Oh, that's the Justin. We stayed there. No, you didn't come the first time, did you? On the first Alaska cruise.
No, we weren't on the first one. We were on the second one, but not the
Yeah.
first one.
That's the what's the name of that? That's a beautiful hotel. Did you get a waterfront view?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I got it. I don't know.
Okay, it's way more expensive to get the waterfront view.
Dan, do you need a friend to help watch your kids? Yes, I do, Mary. Would you like to join us?
The Pan Pacific. There we go. I knew someone. Yeah, the Pan Pacific. Is that the one you got?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. We got because we got to see the ship sailing in the morning from our room.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
you stayed at the Pan Pacific?
The first time, yeah, the first
very nice.
Alaska cruise, yeah.
Great.
It was so exciting, and that was our first cruise. It's just like how it's going to be your first cruise.
Yeah.
And seeing that ship-
And you can't beat the convenience of it,
oh, I know. Yeah, they pick up your luggage and bring it right down to the ship for you. It's basically you're already starting. It's like how like the Pan Pacific is kind of like staying at a Disney resort in that sense.
Right.
Sure.
Mary says she'll watch your kids.
The only thing I didn't book yet is I didn't do flights yet, but I have the credit from the last flights, and
Right.
I have that for 2 years, so that should be okay.
Which airline you going with?
I think it's Delta I had, and then does Delta work with Air Canada? I don't know if you know that.
WestJet. Delta works with
WestJet.
WestJet.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, Delta and WestJet. I had a connecting flight in I don't know, one of those Canadian cities.
Calgary or
Calgary, I don't know. one of
Toronto. Probably Toronto from where.
Probably
from
Toronto. Toronto's
Yeah.
a big.
Yeah, probably Toronto. And the taxi for a tip for you, Dan, is the taxi from the airport to the port. It's a flat fee, so it
Oh,
doesn't matter
really?
if it's rush hour. Yeah, it's a flat fee. You can go online and you can Google it how much it is, and you just take a taxi. It's the easiest way.
There's
And
no
the other
Uber in Canada, right?
I think Toronto does. Winnipeg doesn't. Vancouver may.
I don't think they do because I did some research. At least they didn't when I was doing research in
Yeah.
the spring.
So, Chris, how about yourself? Is there anything you're missing?
Yeah, being with my friends, just
Mhm.
anybody who's in town that lives there, not getting to see them, but in 32 days, I will be.
Well, that's just it. Like you're able to go, and you
Yes,
are planning on going.
hopefully, unless there's some, weird thing that happens. But yeah, so, I was just there in March, so I can't say that I am totally deprived of my Disney, but I was supposed to go in May, and then it got shifted to September, and then I changed it to November because I still didn't feel comfortable about going in September.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, seeing my Disney buds, and yes, Mary, I am flying. I never drive to Disney. That's way too far for me to drive. But like just staying at the resort and going out to eat, and that's since March we really haven't done that even locally. I think like one time we have. So there's a lot of things I miss right now.
Yeah, and that's for sure too. They like when I go on trips to Disney, I'm doing meetups left, right, and center. I feel like unless I'm with my wife and she refuses to do meetups. She's a chat. but yeah, for sure. Like I'm missing that as well. Just I don't know anybody in Winnipeg. There's only 1 million people here. How am I supposed to know anybody? Oh, Scott's going November 13th. Nice.
Oh, I'll just miss you, Scott.
That is awesome. I'll have to give Scott my shopping list.
There you go.
Yeah, now what he doesn't get for you, then I'll have to get it, right?
Yeah. If people in the chat, if there's anything in particular that you're missing, you want us to discuss about, you could say what it is and why. Mary says she just misses being in the Disney bubble. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. That is something. That's basically what I miss too. Is that whole sense of security and safety and just being such an escape from everything else that's going on. When you're in Disney, that's just your entire reality for the time you are there. And I love that. Even when we were on our Adventures by Disney trips, it was nice to be kind of in that Disney bubble and kind of have that kind of feeling of protection and knowing that things were taken care of for you and you could just relax and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Craig is saying, Craig just came back. He was there last week. He unveiled his paintings. If you haven't checked, I think everybody in our chat has seen Craig's paintings, but if you haven't, you got to check out Craig Skaggs. That Lion King is, God, that's gorgeous. Yeah. Disney Springs was still fun, but totally different experience with masks and distancing, etc. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Is like when you are there, you're going to miss kind of being in a picture smiling. It's something simple, but you don't have to smile.
If you're Jason Aldean, you can do that no matter what.
Yeah, right.
Did you see that?
See that picture? Papa?
No, I missed. What are we talking about?
Big Disney controversy. Jason Aldean, country singer, and his family were there a couple days ago, and they posted pictures, like family pictures. I think it was in
Pandora,
right? And they don't have masks on, right?
No, they took them off for the picture. Yep.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be doing that.
No.
And the world is
the signs all over the place. If you take it off, even for a picture, you'll be asked to leave. So, what's good for one should be good for everyone.
Yeah. Mary wants to get Craig's Lion King. In Disney, I forget everything. Don't worry about life's problem. I'm just going to bring on another tour guide. Hey, George.
Hello.
Hey, George.
George was able to join us.
All right, I'm leaving, guys. See you.
You heading out?
Yeah. Dan's checking out.
George is clearing out.
It's in his
George
contract.
is here. He's leaving.
If I have to separate you two again.
Yeah.
Can you make it so that we're not next to each other, please?
Yeah, I was just going to say, we're like left and right there.
Now Justin's going to have to be in the middle of us.
All right, children. Okay.
There we go. Okay,
There.
guys.
We're playing musical screens now.
Stan, you're going to make our viewers dizzy.
Now we can all pretend we're on the teacups.
George, have you seen our new intro?
No, I didn't get a chance to see it. I jumped on like 10 minutes ago.
Well, that's good because I played the wrong one. I played the one where I forgot to add your picture. So we'll play it at the end. When we sign off. I deleted the one where I don't have George's picture and added the one that while we were talking. at one of with George in it. What do we got here? Mary, I miss hanging out at the resort and watching the hustle and bustle of Disney. You know, like Mary, you were posting those pictures, those videos of Animal Kingdom Lodge on your last trip. And it was during a slow time of day where there wasn't that many people there. But I'm seeing people posting videos, like Facebook Live videos of Animal Kingdom Lodge. There's no one there. Like it's like the only 50% capacity of DVC is what they have right now. And I don't think you can book Animal Kingdom Lodge as a regular person, only DVC, and that's at 50%. There's like nobody at Animal Kingdom Lodge right now.
Well, did you see the for Disney's Fort Wilderness and Campground that what was it for the Halloween time?
Mm-hmm.
You can only get access to it if you are actually staying on the campgrounds.
Oh, really? Like Halloween night or?
It just said around the Halloween time. I don't know if it was the last week or if it was just for that night, just to cut off the capacity. It's only for people staying on the campgrounds.
Yeah. Well, that's what because a friend of mine did a live video. Go, Chris, you know Beatrice. She did a live video from the campgrounds a couple days ago.
Yep.
David is saying, "Who cares who he is?
They
He
were in
all the rules."
golf cart.
Yeah. That's right.
That was the middle of the night, my videos. Okay, yeah, so yours were like in the middle of the night, and there's still people walking around.
No, he was talking about Jason Aldean.
No, Mary's video that she did.
No, I mean the person before.
Oh, yeah, David. Yeah, David was mad
Yeah.
about him not wearing the mask.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that just for me, I mean, the notion that I'm going to back up Disney in the sense is because even though that they have this spiel going on, that should be his and his family's responsibility. They're adults. They should know to follow the rules. But to back up Disney, that right now they don't have the amount of cast members that they're used to having. So even when I was down there walking through the parks, you don't see as many cast members as you usually see on any given day.
That's interesting, and I should have talked to you about that when George is going to be on the next episode of the Solo Show coming out, doing a trip report. We didn't get into that at all. Did you notice? So you definitely noticed a decline in cast members?
Definitely, and especially at Epcot, you can definitely see a huge difference of the amount of cast members that are in the park. Because normally, like when you go into the different countries in World Showcase, you see those people from those countries, and it was kind of bizarre to actually see all Americans in the United Kingdom and Canada, Japan. Like it was just everyone of the locals, and it was kind of bizarre. They were still very nice. They still gave impeccable cast member quality, but after going to the parks for so many years, you're just so used to seeing certain people in certain parts of the park.
Yeah. I think it'd be weird being at the Grand Floridian and not hearing the band at all.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Holly was asking, maybe he was in a relaxation zone. That's why he had his mask off.
No, they were not.
No, he wasn't.
Nope.
Okay. And Holly is saying she just finished done filming. Her two kids were in a movie. And so Hollywood is in Hollywood right now. Filming a movie.
Yeah.
Always living up to her name, filming movies.
Mary is worried for Disney. In which way are you worried for Disney? That they're going to shut down or close again?
I mean, the parks are a pretty big chunk of their income. That and the movies, and both of those things right now are kind of shut down.
Well,
I think that's why Bob Chapek is now leaning more towards for Disney Plus as sort of like the headliner right now, because everything is just pretty much a standstill.
They made that announcement about a week or so ago that they are a Disney Plus company. That's what their main focus is going to be right now. And they did a whole bunch of organizational shifts to support that. So, hey, listen, you gotta understand it, right? You gotta go where the revenue's coming in.
Yeah. But kind of going off what Mary was saying is that I truly think that just in the current situation, it's almost like Disney can't win. Like no matter which way that they go, it's like everyone is aiming Disney. Oh, you're not opening to full capacity. Oh, you're not opening to full capacity. Oh, you're open, period. It's like, which way do you go? You can't please everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
They are in a tough predicament for sure. With everything going on, Mary is saying how long it will go on. That's what she's worried about. How long it will go on and how it's going to kill revenues. Justin touched on movies, and that is something that I really miss too. I mean, like I only go to Disney like once or twice a year, and if I don't go once or twice a year, I don't go. But the movies is something that I really look forward to. I go to every Disney movie that comes out in particular. Yep. And I haven't seen Black Widow yet. I didn't bother renting Mulan. Soul is delayed. Like it's just going on and on. That's something that I really
Soul is coming out Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, so far.
I think honestly that is going to be released, and I think with the announcement with Disney Plus that it is starting to become the headliner for the company, I think they're going to wait after so long, and once a whole year is up for Black Widow, I don't think they're going to delay it anymore. They'll probably release it. They'll wait till 2021, I feel, for Black Widow.
I think they already announced that that's going to be 2021. Yeah.
But I think once 2021 comes, if it's not back up, I'm for sure that they'll just release it on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Dan, did we talk to you yet about what's something you're missing?
No, you haven't, Stan. Thanks for asking.
I can't keep track of who's. I switched everybody around. It's all mixed up now.
He's so confused.
Starting over.
I miss. It's funny. I miss the planning. Just like you said before. I just miss like planning a trip. I was listening to your Disney Night Live show the other day, Stan, and you guys were talking about the deal of the week, and someone had joked around. I think David said, "Oh, we could do a guy's trip," and then someone said, "Oh, Dan's stuck in New York; he can't come." And in my head, I was already on my phone. Like, well, how much would it cost to go down if we actually did this? Like, like I just miss that stuff. Like.
Well, and that's the thing. Like Dan, you still have to quarantine when you get back if you were to go.
Yeah. 2 weeks. 2 weeks in my basement.
Yeah.
2 weeks in the hole.
Well, that's just it. Like I'm in the same situation. I can actually go to the States. I have to fly. I can't drive. Like the borders are closed for driving, but you can fly. But once you fly back, you have to register that where you were when you get off the plane. Where are you going to quarantine? And they'll check up on you to make sure that you're quarantined. And I can't take 3 weeks off. Like 1 to go and then 2 to stay home. Like I guess you can get tested instead. Like, so I don't. That's how it was when I got I got for people that don't know, I'm currently in quarantine. I got a notification on my app, the Canada COVID app.
Okay, now can I ask you guys? Sorry to interrupt because you were just talking about testing. When you guys get tested, do they go all the way up?
Mine wasn't that.
No,
bad.
okay, because ours wasn't either. I mean, literally, there's like went just into the center and they swirled it a few times. And
I could feel it go further than anything else I've ever gone in my nose before. Nothing has gone that far before with mine. I could feel that. Like I'm like, wow, that's a new experience. Nothing's been past there before.
That's what people have told me about it too. I haven't had it done, but it's like they're reaching for the back of your brain there.
I think it depends on who's giving the test. To be honest, just like if you get blood work done, right? Like sometimes, and sometimes they like rip a vein out of your body.
Yeah, like it wasn't painful at all or anything like that. Mary's saying, who can quarantine for 2 weeks plus take a vacation? I mean, I guess if you work at home, you could probably quarantine for 2 weeks, plan ahead, have a lot of food.
Mm-hmm.
If
you work at home, you don't have to quarantine at all. You just start back up work if you're on the computer.
Well, yeah, exactly. Or if you're like Craig does artwork at home, like you just plan ahead and have your supplies ready for you when you get back.
Or like Dan that just likes to just go on the computer and play games all day,
George, what are you missing?
Well, being that I just got back.
You just got back like what, yesterday? When did you get back?
But believe it or not, you still have that same sense of still missing it after you leave. Like no matter what current circumstance the parks are in right now, you still have that feeling when you arrive and you'll have that feeling throughout your trip or your stay or what have you until you leave, and then you miss it all over again. So
Yeah.
I do appreciate, because that was the one thing that was worrying me, like in my mindset, was how different is this different going to be of going into the parks. But it's just like, I think for all of us, it's just being in that atmosphere, and what Justin was saying was, being in that Disney bubble, and even though you kind of still see of the current circumstances, because you don't think of Disney, oh, you're leaving your worries to go into the park, so how could this be here? But I mean, I think it also goes by your mindset that if you're going to go in there negatively, and you're going to have a bad time.
Yep.
Got to stay positive.
David says he's worried for Tony's Town Square. David, you don't have to worry. Mary's not going to Disney World anytime soon, so Tony's Town Square is safe. That's
I've been worried for Tony's for about the last 15 years.
what do you got here? Craig saying the test made him wanted to sneeze. Oops, there, that one. Yeah.
Here doing testing outside, they might have to come in, I guess.
Okay. I might have to mute myself and leave for a bit. I did once on a nurse. If I were her, I would have punched myself in the face.
I think sneezed on a nurse.
Oh, sneezed!
Yeah.
Oh, geez, yeah, you don't want to do that. Mary said you guys can get me on a watch list because you keep saying Mary's. She's got the gasoline already loaded up in her car, ready to go to Tony's. Chris, did we? I can't remember who we got to. Justin, who's next?
Yes, you did. You did get to me. Yeah.
Justin,
I've been chiming in on all of it. So
yeah, we've all been chiming in.
But here's when we were talking about the masks and having to wear them for the pictures and such. But I miss the character interactions and being able to go up and greet the characters and such. That's one of the joys of being in the Disney parks for me.
I agree.
See, I kind of like the way they're doing it almost more now. I wish they would kind of do more though, with the characters being off to a distance and you just kind of do the selfie and keep moving. I think I would like that.
I think
standing in line.
I think people are going to get bored of it though.
Yeah. They need to reinvent them. Like in, I think it's in Shanghai. No, Hong Kong. They have like the characters riding Dumbo once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I think we used to do that like back in the day, like when the parks first opened.
Yeah.
They used to have like the characters go on the rides, especially
I was
like
on
commercials.
the tea party with Alice one time.
Yeah. I've seen videos of that recently as well from Hong Kong. Where
Although, believe it or not, the one thing that I will miss, believe it or not, is actually the somewhat of the social distancing, because with so much people being in the parks, I don't like that feeling of having people like that close to me, like almost touching me. And so the fact that they can space groups of people, I actually kind of enjoy that. However, there is a downside to that. I don't like walking all through Mark Twain's riverboat queue just to get into the Haunted Mansion. So
you get to see more of the park that way. Look at the bright side.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, you Mindy, I think was it Holly that posted about their flights that are now booking the center rows. And
Yeah,
Chris,
that's mine on the way down. When I fly November 28th, the middle seat for Southwest is still going to be open. However, when I come home, it is going to be different because they are changing that. They're going to be selling the middle seats starting November 30th. So my flight home will not be quite as pleasant as my flight down.
that makes me
Whatever it is,
wonder.
you're leaving Disney anyway.
I know, and I know that I'm going to spend a couple weeks at home after that anyway, just to be safe. So it's no big
And that
deal.
makes me
but-
wonder, because
It's no big
and that
deal.
makes me
but-
wonder because with the capacity sort of kind of growing in the parks, that they're going to start adding the plexiglass to Rise of the Resistance. That makes me wonder, like, if airlines would start putting up
Mm.
some sort of contraption to kind of separate people in their seats, but without actually separating.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know,
don't.
that
I
would
don't
be-
know.
that would be
I'm
pretty
I'm
difficult.
struggling to think of what the logistics of that would really be.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
could
mean,
always
it's hard
you could
enough to
always-
get out of the seats. as it is.
Right?
well, you could always strap
They're
some
pretty-
people
they're
on
pretty
the.
crammed together, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could always strap some people on the wings. Get some of that air. That'll kill some of the germ.
Yeah. But you know what? I've seen pictures of other people who have been on airplanes recently, and their planes, whatever airline it was already
Mhm.
every seat was full.
Yeah.
So, and I was kind of hoping that Southwest was going to last a little bit longer with this, but oh well, it is what it is.
Well, I'm sure they're hurting for business too. So anywhere they can increase their capacity, they're
Yeah.
And that's where you're
we'll see.
in a sense, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because it's like these companies need business, but at the same time, it's like people are in a fear to travel. So you want to make it comfortable for them to say, hey, we got this going on,
Yeah.
but then it's also hurting the business. So it's like, which way do you go?
Right. Right.
Yeah, it is one of these situations. It feels like for everyone, there are no real right answers. There are
Exactly. But
Yeah,
I'm in
you
the
know,
same boat. I'm in the same boat as you, Chris, because when I go down in January, I'll have all the seats filled up. So going down and coming back. So
Right. Right. So the one thing that I did notice in some videos that I have seen recently is it was Anna and Elsa. They are doing a kind of a semi meet and greet now in that little fenced off area in Norway.
Mhm.
You can't go into that fenced area. They will just be there taking turns, I guess. And then they're still doing the little cavalcade that they're doing, which kind of makes me laugh because Anna gets to ride in the carriage where Elsa has to walk. So because they can't put them in there together because they have
Sure.
to keep them distanced. But I just thought that was kind of cute when here the queen is walking and her sister gets to ride in the carriage. But I think these are cute because at least you get to see them a little bit more close up than some of this other stuff that's been going on recently with standing up on like some of the characters on top of Country Bear. They're way up
Mhm.
there, and it's like, oh, come on,
Yeah, I think
down a little bit
Sam
closer.
was the one was telling me that was saying that at Shanghai, they've got the Jack Sparrow characters up out on some of the places in Pirate Cove
Mhm.
there. And
Yeah. Yeah. And, I like this cavalcade situation though, because I think that you get to see more characters that you don't normally see on a regular basis. And as a matter of fact, we were I'm not going to give too much away about the show we recorded the other night, but we were talking about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And, there's a lot of people that go to that party. It is not happening this year, of course. But these cavalcades are giving people a chance to experience some of the things in that parade that if you don't go to the party, you don't normally get to see them. Like the Cadaver Dans are doing things in these cavalcades, and Jack and Sally. Unless you're at a party, you're not seeing them. So I kind of like this. And I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the Christmas stuff that they're going to have when I'm down there.
And I just have to say how much I absolutely adore the Cadaver Dans. I love the Dapper Dans to start with. So I absolutely love the Cadaver Dans whenever I get a chance to see them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're cute.
I would love to see a little more of Main Street come back to life a bit, because I just love at Main Street alone, just the second you walk in, you just feel transported into Walt's time, Walt's era.
Mhm.
And, you know, by having the Dapper Dans and the Main Street people, you know,
Yeah.
I miss that. That I do miss, because they bring Main Street to life.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, no
No.
question about it. And yeah, and like you say, Main Street is kind of that first impression of you walking into the park and seeing the castle and just having that immediate feeling of going, I am here now.
Mhm.
I'm in that bubble.
Yeah. The one thing that I am really looking forward to, because I've only, of course, seen it in pictures, is the castle with its new look. And I have a feeling that when I get there, I'm gonna, like, I always cry when I walk onto Main Street, but this time, because it, you know, I had to delay a couple times from when I was there earlier in the year, and then seeing that for the first time in person, I think I'm gonna lose it, honestly.
Well, I'll say this to you, Chris. You're going to cry for 3 different reasons. One, just being there, because we're Disney nerds.
'Cause-
Two,
Yes.
of not being there for so long. And 3, for the notion of how the castle looks altogether. So it's safe to say that Florida won't have a drop for a while.
Yes. Oh, I mean, you know, when I first saw the pictures of the castle with this redo, I got emotional anyway, because I just thought it was so beautiful.
And it even
I-
looks much better in person. Believe it or
Yeah.
not, the pictures really don't do it justice.
Right.
And I think they look great in the pictures, but in person, it looks great.
And, you know, I know a lot of people were critical of it. They're like, oh, it's too pink. It looks like, you know, Snow or Sleeping Beauty Castle. But no, I don't think so at all. Not from what I have seen in the pictures. And to me, the color looks more of a peachy pink, not just like Pepto-Bismol pink. Not like the Pepto-Bismol color that was on the castle cake at the 25th. And I loved that because I got to experience it. Because
it's a
it was
completely
something
different shade.
Different. Yeah.
It is a very different shade.
Yeah. I think it looks beautiful. So I can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah. I miss being able to go there, because I was supposed to go there. I was supposed to go to Disneyland in May, and then the plan was that we were going to go to Disney World now for the 50th, and then all of this happened, and I don't know when I'm going to get to go there now.
So you're not still going to shoot for 2021?
I honestly don't know what we're going to do at this point. We're probably going to go on a we're planning to go on a cruise in October instead of this one that we have booked in January. But that's
now. Were you just going to do a cruise?
We even started to plan.
Were you just going to do a cruise, or were you going to do a trip to Disney as well?
Well, in October we're leaving out of New York and going up to Canada.
Oh,
so
okay.
that won't be a trip to the parks.
No.
The one in January we were leaving from Miami, and so
Okay, so
we had talked about whether or not we were going to be able to go to the park or not, but now we're not even going to do that cruise. So
yeah, when we sailed out of Miami in 2014, we did not go, you know, up to Disney. It was just too far. So I was happy just to do the cruise. Okay, so Stan says he has no Wi-Fi. So he can't get back in.
If we're going to be able to wrap this up at 7, because I think
we
it's
need
trying to be done in time for people to go catch Panda's show.
Yes.
After this.
So he says if we can't end it, then he's going to send the link to David and he can pop on. Hopefully.
Talk about crossing the shows.
Yeah, really. Don't cross the streams.
Yeah, I can leave the studio, but I don't know that I can end the.
Right.
Maybe if we all leave, something will end.
Yeah. So we'll see. So George, what was your biggest takeaway from your time down at Disney World?
My biggest takeaway, honestly, again, I knew I was going to go in this with the mindset that it was going to be different. It wasn't going to be like how I'm used to, but I did not really think that I was going to have just as much fun than I usually do. I thought I'd be like, it was really nice, but I'll just wait till, everything blows over. It was, for me, I had so much dang darn fun that I just want to go back again, regardless of what's there. And that's where I give Disney props, is no matter what the situation is, they will always do their best to still keep their way of operating things.
Yeah. Yeah. And, we were talking about the Disney bubble. I mean, it's kind of a cliche kind of a thing, but as a female, I travel down there a lot by myself. My husband doesn't go with me all that often. He was there with me in March, so he is not going on this trip. He usually goes like once every other year. So in between times, I do go by myself, and I always feel extremely safe when I'm there. I mean, it's like I would go there versus going someplace else to travel alone, because I always feel so safe there. And honestly, even with everything that's going on right now, I totally feel comfortable about going, and I'm not hesitating in the least. So
I couldn't say it better myself, honestly, because I'm one of the people that it's, I still do my part. I follow the rules, but it's like, I miss my Disney. I want to go back, and I did.
Yep.
And I'm craving more of it. And that's why I'm going back down,
Yes.
So it's, yeah.
Right. And yes, Mary asked the question in the chat, are you going alone? And yes, I am. But we talked about this at the beginning of the show. I wind up meeting up with so many of my friends who live down there that I'm not really ever alone. So, I just have fun doing that. And, when I want my alone time, I have it. But if I want to meet up with friends, then they're right there. So.
And then afterward, you just say, okay, I had enough.
Had enough friend time. See
had
ya.
enough time. You can leave. Goodbye. So long.
Yep. So
Yeah, that is one thing. We know enough people, partly from going on the cruises and such, and
Right.
hanging out with Stan and such. We
Yep.
have so many friends now that are Disney nerds like us that there's
Uh-huh.
always a good chance someone is going to be there with us.
right.
At the
And as a
same
matter
time.
of fact,
Yeah.
I have a member of my Walt Disney Maniacs group who is actually going to be arriving the same day that I do. So we're going to get together at some point. Him and his family are not there as long as I will be there, but it's another person, and this time from out of town, that I'll get to see. So that's kind of fun.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can say that that's something we miss about being in the Disney parks, is hanging out with our friends.
Absolutely. Goodness gracious. Yes.
And that's what it always was, like, up until like, when social media became like a highlight of everyone's day-to-day activities. I really didn't know too many people that shared the same I'm sorry, folks. I just got a message.
Oh goodness. Way to go, Holly.
Yeah.
Oh, heavens to Betsy.
Well, we're coming up on at 7:00 Central Time here, but
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. So, but last thing I was going to say, I forget my train of thought. Well, I'll just say this. I'm in a place where you could do a lot of thinking.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's what I was going to say really quick is before social media, I really didn't have a whole lot of people to connect with that share the same passion
Yeah,
of Disney.
sure.
But with, with the Facebook groups and, cruising and D23 and now joining this podcast and everything. And it opened, I think all of us to really, for us to have our own Disney community.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as much as we rag on Facebook about, different things that happen, if it wasn't for Facebook, I wouldn't know 3/4 of my Disney friends. So it's just the way it is. So
Yeah, and that's something about Disney. It brings people together. So
absolutely.
But,
Absolutely.
so with that, it sounds like we're going to have to end this ourselves tonight. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try each of us leaving the studio. And once we're all gone, we're going to see if this ends.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good
All right.
night, everyone.
See ya.
Good night,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you, everyone who joined us. We're thankful for each and every one of you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.